So what do you think of The Apprentice today?
Oh my gosh, I thought The Apprentice was really good. I think at the moment, I definitely don't have a favourite. Um, there are some good people that are there, but to be honest, because it's the first episode, I'm not banking on anybody. I'm still literally looking for somebody who's got that little spark. But yeah, I thought it was good. Good way to introduce the show.
Okay, nice. So what do you think about the task?
Yeah, I think the task was good. I think, to be honest, when it comes to picking tasks and like corporate clients and things like that, obviously the budget is key. And I think initially, because it was the first task, I think it was really, really difficult to be a PM because you actually don't know the people. This is the first time you've worked with them, met them, and you don't know their strengths, you don't know their weaknesses, you don't even know their characters really. So I think it's really hard to be PM and to put yourself forward. You've got to be really brave, but also very, very astute. Because I think if it was me in that situation and I'm thinking about leading a team, I need to know what the skills are, who does what's their background, and you just don't have all that information at hand because people say and do a lot of things that they, lie basically and don't actually do what they say they can do. So I think it was a hard task, especially to start with, but I think they did well considering the information and the resources that they had.
So what impressed you the most?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I was impressed. I think there definitely was for me this element of, okay, you want to make money, you want to keep costs down, especially with the girls' team. It was like, keep costs down, austerity, give them this really frugal lunch. I don't know if I was impressed, to be honest, because I think from what the CVs and what some of the women had said they do within business, I think there could have been a little bit more like business acronym applied, a little bit more teamwork as well. But yeah, I think also there was lack of leadership. I don't think it was very strong at all.
Okay. So what would you have done differently?
Oh, that's a good question. I think for myself, if I was on the girls' team and I was going to be PM, if I'm not going to be somebody who's able to swim, because one of the tasks was to do the gorge walk and then at the end of the gorge walk was to jump into the pool. If I'm not a swimmer, like Ineka, I believe her name was, she's not a swimmer. She was PM, but somehow allowed the team to pick a task that has water involved. So if it was me, for one, I probably would have said, no guys, we're not doing that task because I'm PM, I don't swim, and I want my hands inside of this activity, and I can't do that because I actually don't swim. Or two, allow the team to pick it, because I think it's fair. She did vote and people wanted to do the gorge walk and then the jumping of the pool. But if people want to do that, then also the sub-team leader needs to be somebody who swims and who's going to actually spearhead that, because I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm not a swimmer. So I would have done that differently, totally.
Okay. So what was your highlight for this episode?
Oh my gosh, I think my highlight was the fact that they used the crumble for the fish cake, topping. So it wasn't breadcrumbs, it was crumble. And then when the corporate client was eating and tasting it, it was it's kind of sweet and floury. I just thought that was so funny because I just thought, you've gone out for the whole day and I've gone to do the Highland Spring tour and you're hungry, you want food. So to have a fish cake that's sweet and floury, it is a big disappointment, but I just thought it was so funny and it was just such a very, it was just an error that really could have been avoided if they had been a little bit more on top of their game and just really worked together as a team.
Nice. So what are you hoping to see in this series?
For me, I'm hoping to see, I think somebody who's got a business, for that business to be a business that's actually going to make an impact. I think right now, with how our economy is, the cost of living, the housing crisis, and all the things that we're facing, I think that we really need businesses that are going to be tackling some of these issues, or at least bringing light to them and then supporting people to, come through them. Because I think right now there's just so many things that are going on, and specifically financially, people are really, really, struggling. They're up against it. So I think if we've got some people who are, forward thinking, who are driving the world of business, that's actually going to help, the country, I think that's what I would really want to be looking forward to and seeing.
So when do you like the Apprentice so much?
Oh my gosh. I love business. I absolutely love business. I think for me, business has been a necessity coming from the background that I come from. I grew up on an estate. I actually, I would say I've always done business, but I also have always done hair. So that's been a very big thing for me. And that wasn't because, I just wanted to make some money. It was like, I actually need, some money so that I can go and buy like shoes and toiletries and, look after myself. So I think businesses is a way for people to take the power back, and not necessarily be in a situation where they're subject to circumstances or things that are happening around them. And that entrepreneurial spirit is one where what you put in is what you get out. And I appreciate that.
Nice. So before we finish up, any advice for Lord Sugar based on this episode?
Oh, Shugs. Oh my days. I think Lord Sugar, what would I say? No, I think he did right in firing Ollie. Ollie made that really silly mistake.
Wind down, it's bedtime soon.
Ollie made that really silly mistake in not putting the flour in the brownies. And I think he was just a waffler. I don't think he really was bringing any value or substance to the team. So I think Shugs, you did a great job on that, because I think he needed to go. He's definitely somebody that I think shouldn't be in the team. But also with Lord Sugar, the advice I would give you as well is 250,000 doesn't sound like enough. I think it might need to be 500,000. That's just my opinion.
Nice. And lastly, any advice for Ollie? Poor Ollie that's left.
Oh, Ollie. I think he should learn what the abbreviation for tablespoon is. So I think he found that a little bit challenging. And I think that he probably needs to maybe go and take some time to kind of, hone his business skills. Maybe, do a little bit more research and a little bit more kind of time in his business. Maybe he just needs to go and develop a little bit more. Sorry, Ollie.
I mean, I didn't think his business was bad. I thought he just didn't speak up. He's probably trying to take it easy and hide. But he got found out. Here it is.
Yeah, but I think also sometimes you only get one shot at things. And when you show yourself to not be capable, sometimes that's what people see. And that's what their first impression is of you. So I think it's better now he's gone that, we can see what other people are able to also bring to the table.
Okay. And next week's task seems like they're going to have to create, what is it?
Mini cheesecakes,
so
yes.
Without seeing the episode, what are you expecting? What would you do?
Oh my days. Well, I think I'm expecting, because nobody on those teams can cook. So I think I'm expecting a little bit of like a inconsistent crumbling cheesecake, falling apart cheesecake. But I actually think if they were to really kind of brand it and make it kind of like a novelty cheesecake, it could really work. I mean, they could either go high end or low brow. I'd probably go high end, and do something whereby the cheesecake is quite creamy, but then maybe have like a passion fruit fruity on top, and then maybe call it like a tropical surprise or a tropical treat, something like that. But that would just be what I would do. Make it look really pretty with some edible flowers, and then sell it. But again, I think they just need to have a clear and concise brief of what they're trying to do as a team. I think that was the biggest thing that I saw, was lack of communication, lack of brief of what we're actually trying to construct together, and then being able to execute that. So
Okay, sounds good. I guess we'll see you next week.